Hey everyone, welcome back here. I want to do something a little different here in terms of an intro to the first part for a two-part video here. First part, we're going to focus on the C6 Ceramic Adhesion Promoter Polish, app for short, and the second video is going to focus on the application of C6 Ceramic. Actually, I put my hat backwards so that you guys can just see my face. With that said, I just finished polishing. I'm going to turn the camera around here for a minute. I just finished polishing up the Equinox. I spent just a couple hours yesterday. This Equinox here was wearing the ADS quartz coating on here, and it was on there for about 11 months, just shy of a year, and it was doing great. Now the reason I decided to polish it, because number one, I wanted to start fresh with this vehicle here, since I'm going to be driving this more on a daily basis here. For the short time, for the short term, I think. I don't want to say long term because I don't really know what's going to happen long term. But it was wearing ADS quartz, and I ended up, like I said, I wanted to start fresh. ADS quartz was doing great. It's a fantastic coating. If you guys are looking for a great coating here, ADS quartz did a fantastic job to protect this paint here. It was just kind of, like I said, it was doing great. Nothing wrong with it. There was no marring on this. On the coating itself, no defects, none of that stuff. So with that said, I ended up giving the car a quick pass around with DIY Detail Gold Standard Polish with the gold standard pad, the waffle pad. Just went over the car real quick just to kind of remove any coating that was there, and then because I wanted to kind of test out the two-part system here with the gold standard polish, and then you follow up with the Adhesion Promoter Polish, and this serves a couple purposes here. So yes, this is a primer polish. So again, it serves two purposes. Let me take a step back. So the first one is there is some micro abrasives in here, and really what that's going to give you is, if you have a little bit of micro marring left from your first polishing step, because depending on how soft the paint is, maybe some DA haze, you follow up with this on the gold standard pad, or actually not the gold standard pad, the red jeweling pad, and this is going to kind of remove any minor defects, minor DA haze, and kind of refine the finish even further. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. The second part is, this is an Adhesion Promoter Polish. It's basically a primer polish, and what this is doing, unlike other different primer polishes like a CarPro Essence, a Geon Q2 primer, or the Dr. Beezy's NSPs, this one is doing its how can I say this, its primer polish task a little different, meaning it's going to swell the paint as part of that process, rather than those that you just go over it. It's kind of sitting on the surface, and so your coating, if you really think about it, your coating is bonding with whatever's on the surface. So if you have like the Dr. Beezy's NSPs, you're leaving a layer of it on there. After you wipe it off, you're leaving some ceramic and titanium in there, and the coating kind of merges with it. This one's going to swell the clear coat a bit so that the coating can actually penetrate into the clear coat just a bit, and you get maximum performance out of it. So hopefully that makes sense here. I'm just going to put my safety glasses on because I don't want to, your eyes are one of the most important things that you're going to need here. I'm going to put the camera back on my head here for a minute, because we're going to get rolling here with the polishing step. So I think this retails for $30-something, $38. Gonna bear with me here. So I think it retails for about 38 bucks, but you're getting quite a bit of product here. Let me kind of just adjust the camera here. Okay. Now, in order to use this, I'm gonna kind of one other thing, because you're using the Adhesion Promoter Polish, you don't need to do a panel prep. Hopefully that makes sense. So ideally you were doing gold standard polish, and then you do your panel prep to remove any polishing oils from the polishing step. Because we're eliminated the panel prep, it's basically going to do gold standard polish, C6 Ceramic Adhesion Promoter Polish, and then you go straight to your coating. So let's get to the red jeweling pad. And again, I used, during the polishing process, I put some DIY rinseless in a bucket and kind of clean my pad that way. So you're going to need to open up this pad. There's my scissors. Here we go. Hard opener with gloves on. Okay, the other thing you're going to want to get yourself is one of the other things you want to use with this polish is you're not going to want to use it with a DA polisher or a rotary polisher. A DA polisher greater than 8mm throw, 9mm throw is not ideal for it. So you're going to want to use either a palm sander, or in this case, look, just dust off your old Porter cable. So I have an old Porter cable, and we're going to just go ahead and give this a shot. I haven't used this Porter cable in a very long time. It's one of the first machines I purchased when I first started polishing many years ago. Okay, just center it as best as possible. And the first time you're gonna prime your pad, that's probably a little bit, that's probably enough just to prime our pad. Okay, and then this is more than enough to do the entire hood. Kind of just let me get my cord here, and I'm just going to spread this out because I put a little bit too much on there. And really all you're going to do with this is you're going to apply it like a sealant or a wax on here. You're just going to work over the section just a few times. You can work large areas. All you want is pad rotation. So let's just check and see if I have pad rotation at speed 3. Okay, so just a couple of passes. You don't need to go too much to the extreme on here. And again, my pad's primed, and so for like this side, I would probably only need a drop. And you want to go really thin. Again, just like applying a sealant or a wax, it's just a very thin layer of product on there, and that's really all you want. Because if you put a little bit too much, then you're gonna kind of make it harder on yourself. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put one more dot on here. So we'll put that much on there. And again, just to show you how easy it is, and because my pad is primed, let me go over here, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Again, speed 4. Maybe I'm going to increase it a little bit to speed, let's do 4.5 this time and see how that works. Okay, and it's really that easy to do it, and I'll show you what I would end up doing. Is actually I would go ahead and run and go over the entire vehicle with the primer polish, kind of just let it set up and let it do its thing. I just want to show you how easy the wipe off is for this, because from what I've seen it looks pretty easy. So we'll go ahead and try that. So let me get my towel situated here. Okay, so again, you have a real thin layer. It's really hard to see the layer of it on here. I can see it because I'm in the garage and it's in my face, but for you on camera, it's really hard to see the thin layer that's on there. Because just take your towel and yeah, it just wipes off real easy. So again, it's you just want to have enough pad rotation on there. Yeah, that feels really good. So once you wipe it off, and if you don't see any smearing on there, you're good to go. But I just want to show you how easy it is to use. If you're having a little bit of difficult to wipe off, just go over it one more time, just a quick pass. It feels really good, and it actually looks pretty darn good too. You know, just go over with, you know, just if you have a little bit of stuck on stuff, just put the machine back on there and then just turn it on real quick, zip over it, and you can reactivate the polish in there. But for the most part, I just want to show you how easy it is to work with. Really easy to wipe off. Again, you're not going to be struggling with this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for the Adhesion Promoter Polish. Again, I just want to give you guys an idea of how this works. I want to do a two-part video, just kind of focus on this primer polish versus a different one, because again, primer polishes are, you know, they're not all the same. You know, my actually go-tos have been the Dr. Beezy's NSP stuff, because the reason I like those is because once I'm done during the polishing step, I don't have to come back and do a secondary step, because of the DIY details and the C6 ceramic, because of the way the chemistry is designed. You know, they recommend using this to get the best bond with the coating, because it is swelling the paint, opening up the pores, all that business. So your coating actually penetrates into the clear coat and bonds a bit better and will last a lot longer. Now it does have some, I think some, I mentioned SiO2 in the polish as well, but again, very user friendly, very easy to work with. You don't need to use an expensive machine. Just go get yourself a palm sander. I mean, Jamie the cleaner did a fantastic job. Just going to Harbor Freight, just buying one over there, and you can just use that. Again, if you have a Porter cable like I have here, that works just fine. It's got an 8mm stroke on there. If you have a Griot's G9, that works out really well. You can even apply it by hand. So, you know, for example, if I didn't have, and maybe Ivan can correct me if I'm wrong, if I can use a different pad with it. Say I don't have a red Julian pad. Say I forgot to buy it, and I'm in a pinch. Can I use a foam finishing pad like the Lake Country Black HDO pad, or can I use, for example, a Carb Pro gloss pad that has zero cut on the pad itself because of the foam? You know, can I use this because I have smaller areas where maybe I don't want, maybe that machine doesn't really work very well, and I can just go over with this machine here, just change out the orbit to the 6mm one or the 3mm one and go with that. So maybe Ivan can kind of chime in on that, but that's pretty much it for that. That's the C6 Ceramics Adhesion Promoter Polish. You can use this with, if you want to stay in the DIY line, any of the DIY coatings, 3.8, I don't have the 5 anymore, or you can use it for their new C6 Hydro Light. If you want to stay in the DIY detail family, you can even use it if you're going to use the new Restore and Protect to clean up the trim. I did talk to Ivan about that, if I could use app to go over the plastic trim here and kind of just go from there, and he says yeah, absolutely. So you can actually use this to go over the plastic trim here and go from there. So again, thanks for watching. If you guys have any comments or questions, go ahead and post down below. Let me just show you one last look with the camera off my head here, and just kind of just show you the gloss level that you're gonna probably achieve more than likely. And this is silver, which looks great already. And so that red jeweling pad is just going to add a little bit more gloss to it. So if you guys have any comments or questions on the Adhesion Promoter Polish, go ahead and post down below. If you've used it, go ahead and post down below. Are you interested in using it? Would you use it? And would you use it with other coatings? I'm probably going to experiment with some other coatings, just kind of see how they perform. So we'll go from there. So I think that's it. So if you guys have any comments, questions, go ahead and post down below. Thanks for watching, and share the video. Again, I don't ask you to like and subscribe. You guys can do that on your own. Let's see, what else do I have left? I think just one last question. And I think this one's probably going to date myself a little bit because I'm going back to 1991. Are you down with APP?